Welcome to Fortune Auto in sunny Richmond, Virginia. If you've ever wondered how custom coilovers are built, well, today's your lucky day. We're about to show you how. All right, here we are in the fancy new showroom. This is our first visit to their new location. They moved here last July, and they've done a hell of a nice job. This place is looking very pro spec, or even pro two-way, you could say. This is their top of the line pro two-ways. I think they also make a three-way version of it, actually. We just converted Ken's 510s like these to their pro two-way setup, so you'll see us testing his pro two-ways out on his FD soon. These are their 500 series. That's like their entry-level system, which I'm running on Connie Celica. I think the only products in Fortune's product line that we haven't tried yet are their piston lift system, which is an airlift system designed just to lift the car for clearing speed bumps or curbs or getting out of underground parking lots. So you're not meant to drive around with it lifted. It's just up or down, and you're meant to drive in the down position. So it's really just to make life easier in lowered cars. And this is their remote damper controller system, which fits up to any of their one-way adjustable dampers. So your 500 and 510 series, basically. And it's what you would expect. It's an electronic controller in your cockpit that lets you change the damper settings. We've officially moved into the office space portion of Fortune Auto. This is where sales and marketing goes on. And by the way, this is Terry, the owner and founder of Fortune Auto.
Yes.
He's the man with the plan behind all of this. So what goes on in this space here?
So basically we have sales, marketing, tech support, and engineering in our corporate offices here.
Sorry, as far as tech support goes, I'm assuming people call you a lot asking which way to turn the knob to stiffen and soften.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds.
Is that a common question you get here?
All kinds of questions. So basically, we have everything from how to set preload on the coilover, install questions, where should they set the shocks at.
Right.
So there's a lot of questions, and tech support is actually
pretty active, I'm sure. Yeah, obviously I was joking a little bit, but
yeah.
It is a technical business to try to get suspension tuned, especially working with a custom product like yours where people have some choices to make. They have to decide about what spring rates they want to use. Which then affects how you build the damper, I assume. Right?
Absolutely.
So it is a technical business, no question about it. We're in Magazine Alley now, Peter. This is bringing me back to our younger days as magazine guys, but we'll have to get them a plaque for the video here. If we move to the back, we've got a conference room and a swag room where you're shipping your t-shirts from.
Yeah.
So when you started Fortune Auto, what was your motivation to do that, I guess?
Honestly, it's been 11 years now, and it was kind of done for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an enthusiast, and in the beginning it was literally just importing and private labeling coilovers from Asia.
Okay.
Then we found the limitations of that,
right.
And so we slowly started to improve things and then design our own stuff, engineer our own things. Then it went to assembling and quality control, and we put a lot of our time and effort into R&D,
mm-hmm.
And releasing new generations of products,
mm-hmm.
and releasing new products and new technology. So it's really exciting for us.
Yeah, before we go back and show them where all the magic happens, are there anything new in development that you can tease us with? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are coming out with a new Generation 7 shock. We're currently on Generation 6.
Okay.
And with each generation, we change, little tweaks here and there with either technology or features. This new generation will have the most features of any of our previous generations. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we're going to have some pretty neat, like the machining, the CNCing of all of parts and products, spring perches, locking rings. Will definitely be very machine heavy.
Okay.
And we also will have a lot of cool features that were upgrades that now will be standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm here with Matt, the production manager here at Fortune Auto. He's a large man, and we're in a large space. This is your warehouse.
This is.
Where you guys house your springs and shock components.
Yep, this is where everything is stored from start.
Right.
So essentially, all the parts and pieces that it takes to make the finished product.
Right. So before our coilovers get built, they start here, and then they move this way?
Yep.
The flow goes this way?
Yeah, so everything comes in, and either in our warehouse space, overstock is stored, And then also we have a huge spring inventory
Right.
with all of our stuff being custom and all of the, spring options that are available for each application. We have to stock all of our own springs.
Right.
Because you never know what Evo is going to run a 8K or a 10K or a
Right.
12K. So we have all of those options here.
Do they want a Swiss spring or do they want a regular spring?
Right, yeah, exactly,
You've got
exactly.
options here, which we do like. We like options. Well, why don't we take the option of moving in the direction
Yeah.
of our coilovers getting built?
Yeah, so if we were to pull a set essentially from the warehouse here, and we would come into our production room where
Okay.
actually we start the process of assembling the coilovers.
All right, let's go see that. We are now in the production room, which has 4 stations. I think I counted correctly. Is this like an assembly line setup, or what does each station function as?
So each of these stations is one of the shock builder station, and they all have everything they need in each station to build, a shock from start to finish.
Okay.
So once we've brought our set and our external pieces in,
Yeah.
we can go from shock body size to shaft length to valving and such in this area here. So each guy has a build sink, a dyno, and everything they need. So
Beautiful, okay. So what is he building right now?
this is Trey, and he's building a 510 series shock right now. So everybody, once they get their stuff in, we've all got invoices of what we're building,
Okay.
and for who we're building it for. And basically, this is everything inside of a shock laid out. So we've got everything from the body to the top shaft seal
Yeah.
and seal plate, bump stops, spacers, the shims that actually make forces, the shock forces, and creates that valving to be digressive or linear or however you have it. A divider piston that separates the fluid chamber from the nitrogen chamber. The shaft jet and the jet seat, and then the piston as well.
Okay, very nice.
These are all together make, the magic of
Yeah.
of the shock.
So now that Trey's worked his magic assembling this damper, it's time to put it on the dyno next. That's the next step?
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so why don't you show us how that works?
So basically, on motorsports shocks and even our 500 Street Series,
Yeah.
we have a set standard that we're trying to have each shock be within. So
Okay.
left to right, we're staying within a tolerance that's not beyond what a spring force can control. So
Okay.
basically, you don't want to have a shock that's making 300 pounds on one side and 150 pounds on the other. So
You
we
want to
need-
match.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we want to know what these shocks are doing. So that's where this process comes from.
Okay.
Knowing exactly the health of the shock and then also the performance of each shock.
And it runs it through a full cycle of speeds, or is it actually adjusting the damper? What is it doing
So
exactly?
we do a couple things. One is a constant velocity plot, and
Okay.
that test actually tests the health of the shock. We're measuring hysteresis in the shock stroke in through its entire cycle. So
Okay.
it actually is much like a 4-cycle engine.
Okay.
It has 2 readings on compression, 2 readings on rebound, and that lets us know how this shock is doing health-wise.
Okay, so it's almost like doing a compression check on an engine.
Very much.
Okay.
And so then basically from there, once we see that it's a healthy shock, we'll do what's called a PVP, or
Okay.
a point velocity plot.
Okay.
And that is more of a performance roadmap for how the shock is, what kind of forces it's making at
So how
what
digressive it is,
speeds.
or how linear it is.
Exactly. And that gives us the cool graph of having
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
knee and stuff like that. So
Okay. So here's our dyno graph on the screen, and you were saying that the high-speed lines are the orange lines here,
Yep.
the top and bottom, and the shape of that curve. What is that telling us?
Well, so this PVP plot is going to tell us what this shock is doing at both full stiff
Yeah.
and full soft.
So now that you've seen the shock assembled and dynoed, we're gonna put the rest of it together. There's lots of bits left to do. Obviously there's an order that this goes together in. Where do you start?
So basically we have our assembled shock, and then the rest of the accessories to go on consist of locking rings and spring perches, the lower mount, dust boot, bump stop, the spring, a pillow ball camber plate,
Yeah.
and then everything here will get QC'd by another builder,
Okay.
and that's it.
That's it.
We're
Goes
pretty
in the
much
box
good.
at that point. Now that we've shown you how a one-way damper goes together, this is one of your Pro two-ways.
This is, and this exact one is actually Austin Meek's Formula Drift replacement rear coilover.
Okay.
So, that we've repaired after Long Beach
Okay.
and is now ready to go.
Drifters crash? I didn't know that.
It happens. So he broke the lower mount and spindle off of that. So we've repaired all that and got a new mount on there, and it's now going through the rebuild process. Is fairly similar to all of our others, the 500s, the 510s.
Okay.
All of the guts and stuff get replaced with new seals and such like that.
Okay.
And then the biggest difference here is the way two ways have to be filled.
Okay.
As you saw with the 510s, it's a matter of just pouring fluid in the shock body and,
Right.
and assembly. This is a much more intricate system. It has two series of essentially pistons
Okay.
and valves. So there's a lot more spaces for air to get caught. So this is actually uses a pressure and vacuum system to fill and evacuate and fill and evacuate to make sure that we get all the air out
Yeah.
and only fluid in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the interrogation room, Peter. It's pretty bright in here. This is actually called your service room,
Yeah, this is our service department. Yeah.
and this is where things come in for warranty, repair, upgrades,
Yeah.
any of that?
Yeah, so on our site, it's easy to upgrade from a 500 to a 510 to a two-way, and all of our stuff holds the same architecture. So it's one of the cool things about being able to have more of a lifetime shock than having to discard it and then buy something else and then discard and buy something else.
Right, so you can go from the single adjustables to the 510 single adjustables to
Yeah.
the two ways to the three ways, all in the same body.
Yeah, with the same like mounts and stuff like that. And then also we have other stuff like these over here, a set of two ways that are being converted to another application. So this customer already had a G37.
Yeah.
Now they have a 350Z and they want to keep the two ways,
Pretty awesome.
but make it for a new car.
Some guys like to play with chips in Vegas. Matt likes to play with metal chips here in their R&D room, making all kinds of custom stuff, I guess, when you're prototyping a new product.
Yeah, so R&D on new product, prototyping new product, even like two-way and three-way setups. We do a lot of machining on the mounts. If we're running different springs, machining some of those pre-manufactured pieces that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do a lot of that stuff here in-house. So we have both a big mill and a lathe and welders.
This is what you called your dirty room before.
Yeah.
It's looking awfully clean in here.
We knew you were.
I suppose it's not always that clean, but we appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
So a lot of this room translated over onto this red car that Peter and I are both drooling over. It's a very unusual, you don't expect to see a Jag XJS just chilling in Fortunato, but here it is, and this is Terry's personal car?
Yeah, this is one that he got a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was an eBay purchase or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I saw it online, had to have it. So.
Yeah, he has a weakness for old Jags, and
Yeah.
this obviously wasn't something you had off-the-shelf pieces for,
Oh,
so
no,
you
no,
had
no,
to do a
no.
little bit of work.
Yeah, so this is all completely custom on this. So everything from the back to the front.
Last but not least, they've got this sweet little 997.2 chilling here with the name Muller on the side of it. What is that about?
So Muller is in-house brand of
Okay.
coilovers that we do for high-end vehicles, and it's really specific per what the vehicle does. So
Okay.
for a VIP car, it's focused on the comfortability and drivability of that as that car is intended for.
Sure.
For performance-based vehicles like the Porsche or even like an M3,
Yeah.
it's more performance-oriented.
Okay.
So it's different than a 500 and a 510. It's not as aggressive and track-worthy as a 510, but at the same time, it's more than a 500.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the best way to sum those up. They come standard with pretty much all of the options.
Okay.
And they come with like a 5-year warranty.
And you've also fitted this car with the air piston lift system.
It is, yeah.
Do you want to maybe show us that in action?
Yeah, so this is a 4-cup kit here, but at the same time you can use it quickly and just go the front
Okay.
or go all 4.
Ooh, look at
So we got up, and it's 2 inches of lift
Okay.
all the way around.
Wow.
And that's to get up and over speed bumps. And
It looks stock and
Whatever you
boring
need
now,
to.
Peter, with all that wheel well gap. Please lower it, quickly, lower it. I can't take it anymore.
So the biggest beauty of this is that you're able to continue to ride on coilovers and have the same performance all the time.
Yeah.
And then whenever you need to get up and go over your obstacles,
Yeah.
you can do so and then air back out.
Beautiful. That is a wrap on our tour here at Fortunato USA. It's very cool seeing the whole process of how one of these comes together. I learned a thing or two. I hope you did too. I think you'll also be seeing this particular one in an upcoming video series, as well as another set going on another car. Without giving away too much, we'll have lots more Fortunato goodness coming at you soon. Until then, why don't you go jump on our e-store, speedacademy.shop. We can even equip you with some of these if you want. You can also buy some swag, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. This might get a little bit awkward for you guys, but we're about to talk about three-ways. I mean, three-way adjustable dampers. This is professional, awesome setup. They run an Evo in Global Time Attack, and they've been a long time customer of yours, haven't they?
Yeah, originally.